It is Friday night in Phoenix, and you're listening to the Absolute Geek Podcast and watching us live on YouTube. I'm Matt.
I'm Kyle.
I'm Jose.
I'm Brian.
And tonight with us from the podcast, we have a very special guest. We have Brian, podcasting extraordinaire, professional podcaster. His buddy Keith, who's the host of the podcast. Thanks for joining us tonight, Keith.
Hell yeah, man. I'm really, thank you guys for having me. I'm really excited to be on. Start doing this cross-platform and really excited to have you guys on the podcast. So, been hearing, watching you guys. So, really happy to be here.
Absolutely, man. Glad that you could come on tonight. And it's, I gotta say, I really enjoy what you guys do on the podcast. I've watched pretty much every episode so far. It's been
that episode was pretty fucking funny.
Hell yeah.
The last episode with Kyle on it is pretty fucking funny.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it was awesome having Kyle come out, and I guess he had to hold that secret in from a while from Brian, from early guys, but it was worth it.
Oh my god, it was so worth it. Oh, it's so fucking funny.
Yeah, I loved the way you guys talked about it on the last episode too. It's pretty funny shit. So,
Brian, why don't you, Keith, go ahead and tell everyone, if they haven't watched the podcast yet, what you guys do and what your guys' podcast is all about.
Keith, you want to go for it, or you want me to do it?
This is the one time I'm actually allowing you to plug your other podcast here, Brian.
Take advantage.
Well, the podcast is something special, so it can always be talked about.
Oh, word. Well, I appreciate that a lot. Really, it's just trying to get on just different people that, trying to support the Phoenix arts, whether it's music, acting, just anything, honestly. I'm just trying to get some people on there, talk to cool people. It's really just a reason for me to hang out with my best friend Brian every Sunday. We got my other best friend on there, Uba. So I don't know, just right now, just having fun with it. So
you guys are 10 episodes deep that are online and available right now, and you've had a very good array of guests.
Yeah, we're trying to keep it. We don't really have a criteria that we're trying to follow. Just really whoever, with anyone with an interesting story. We'd love to have you guys on. Really excited to have you guys. Actually, I heard that you guys were going to come on, but Kyle is going to a Limp Bizkit concert.
Yep.
I got to take my kid to go see Limp Bizkit.
Blame your kid.
Now he's blaming the kid.
No, I saw he showed me his Limp Bizkit ankle tat when he was on the podcast, episode 9. So I know he's a huge fan.
Oh yeah, it says Nookie all around my ankle.
At least he didn't show you the Fred Durst cock tat.
Oh no!
It goes right into my butt crack.
Yeah, it's really small.
He's just got a red Yankees hat on the tattooed on the tip of his dick.
It just says "yeah," and it goes down his shaft up into his paint.
But your guys' podcast is what? It's at least what'd you say? 10 years in the making. I mean, this is something you guys have been talking about for a long time.
That's a good point. Is McClay's known about podcasts before anyone even knew what a podcast was. Like, seriously. And he was telling me back then, like, we got to get our friends together. We got to do this. We got to do this. And finally, it was probably last August, I went over to his house and I was like, hey, man, I really think we should finally do this podcast thing. He's like, fuck yeah. So I spent pretty much all last year just kind of getting different kinds of gear and doing different kinds of pre-production, just kind of learning shit, because I've never done anything like this before, so there's a lot to take on. So we're literally just pulling everything out of our ass. We really don't know what we're doing. So hopefully the editing is getting better each episode, the content, and we'll see where it goes. So I think hopefully 100, 200 episodes in, we'll look back at these episodes with nostalgia, but it was like, what a piece of shit those episodes are,
No, you won't. You're going to be like, every episode
in a good way. In a
Yeah.
good way, you know what I mean? So I'm excited to see where it goes.
So just being 10 episodes in, want to share with our listeners some of who might be interested in starting the podcast, some of the hiccups or struggles you've hit just getting started?
Well, for me personally, it was editing video, because I've never edited video before, and actually I had a guy who was gonna edit our podcast and stuff. So, and I actually gave him the footage for that first episode. He had it for like a week, and I had gone to LA for a week after we filmed the first episode. So the first episode was delayed by like 2 weeks, and everyone's like, where the fuck is this episode at? And finally, I just had to go to the dude's house and ask for my laptop back. And the next day, for 12 hours, I just pulled that first episode out of my ass. I didn't even know what I was doing. Honestly, some of the audio's off with the video. If you look back at it and stuff, but it was the best thing that ever happened to me because I learned all this crazy shit, looking up YouTubes on how to do it and stuff. And now 10 episodes in, I compare editing video to like writing music and playing in a band and stuff. Like I have just as much fun doing that and stuff. So shit, there's all kinds of hiccups. What other hiccups do we have, Brian?
Well, getting everybody together in the same place at the same time has been kind of rough. And I know, Matt, you and Kyle and Jose did that early on. One of the first episodes I ever went on with you guys that locked away in some underground hidden safe. We were all in a closet in your house.
No, I think it's still up. I want everyone to remember that train wreck. So when you come in to apply for a job, the next thing I ask is, was Brian as bad on your guys' first episode as he was on ours? And how many takes?
Well, here's the problem. I was really early on in the edible phase, and I took a 20 milligram gummy bear, and I was, as a matter of fact, we all were because I shared. So I know you guys.
No, yeah. But I just remember you going, "Hey, check out this video," and as we're recording, you start playing a video on your phone.
Yeah, you guys used to get together and do it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Matt knows, like, you guys all know about how tough that can be, getting everybody together in the same room, and especially when you have guests on and you're relying on people, and that hasn't really been a problem, but
I'm waiting for that to happen, like a guest counseling. I mean, it's going to happen. I anticipate it for sure.
Other than Kyle.
Yikes.
I'm talking about more last minute. I'm talking about like day of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To where like we'll have to probably just do our own because the guest didn't show up, I'm trying to think of some other hiccups. What about hiccups you guys had?
You name it, we've done it 3 times.
Yeah.
Well, we actually had our first episode where we had to start over a few takes. The one with his little brother, which is kind of funny, because Brian had to talk about his jersey over and over again. But, it's just stressful. It's just stressful when you're because I'm also doing the audio, and so like I feel like I can't be as engaging as a host sometimes because I'm always worried about all these other things going on. So I'm trying to pass off these things to like Oompa or even Brian's little brother possibly in the future. So those are definitely the things that are hiccups. I think is just having to worry about other things other than the conversation. If that makes sense.
I remember one big hiccup we had, Matt, and Jose probably remember this too. Our board was starting to fuck up, and it would start going click, 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 click through the entire episode.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember that. Was that because I don't remember the problem? I just remember you guys saying your board was having issues. Was that because it malfunctioned, or what? Did you ever figure that out?
Yeah, well, I had to get it fixed. Yeah, I had to get the sliders and shit replaced inside of it.
So we've had our board break on us. We've had
all kinds of equipment issues.
Yeah.
That's my biggest fear.
It's
one thing goes wrong, one cable, whatever, that fucks up the whole production,
Mm-hmm.
Sucks.
We had to put we didn't do a show for like 3 weeks while we were waiting to get the board fixed.
Yeah, that's one thing like when we were doing podcasting that we hit. Like, there's so many episodes that we've recorded 2, 3, 4 times because they were just bad and
bad.
Yeah.
I went on my
one of our best episodes where you threw up was a double record, Jose.
Yep. The second take was me throwing up.
Yep. But yeah, we've hit anything you got, we've probably hit it. So
when I was in LA, I did a podcast, and we had to do two takes of it. Like, we did a whole hour and a half, and then the other host, he smoked too much weed, and he was coughing for about 16 minutes straight. And then the next day, he's like, "Dude, we got to do that podcast over again." I'm like, "Are you fucking serious?" And I was staying at their house, so I was just like, "All right, whatever, let's just do it." We didn't have anything else to do anyway, so. But it was fun. You learn.
Yeah. Well, you guys are doing good, man. Every episode keeps getting better, and I'm really enjoying it. And Yeah, I look forward to it every week when you guys put it out. It actually helps me get through my day because I just put it on my phone and listen to it as I'm working. So,
word, man. I really appreciate you always commenting, and
yeah, absolutely.
I really appreciate you talking about it on here. So that really means a lot, man. Helps us out big time. So,
so gotta help make you and Brian famous.
Yeah, right. Brian's already famous. He's
right.
Spread the love. Have you seen his billboards? I mean, his hire me billboards, and
yeah.
He's already trying to find another job.
That's when he said earlier about fan. I thought he was talking about his fans.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he has a fan?
He's got fans outside his door.
Yeah, I was like, fuck.
Just waiting outside in lines.
He has his own police security out there now. Off-duty cops.
His bouncer.
Telling everybody, get the fuck out of here.
Yep.
Well, it's because you guys, you guys keep bringing up all the people that keep breaking in my house. I got to have the police on the lookout so I don't. Yeah, I got to stay focused on the podcast.
Everyone knows
I had to be a guard dog.
Everyone knows that your house is Squirt Ground Zero, man. So they got to come after it.
Did you guys happen to see the guy that talked shit to was it to you, Keith, on Instagram? The Squirt guy?
Oh my God, no, it's Twitter. This is a
so
real
awesome.
dude. I actually sent screenshots to Kyle of that. There's a real guy.
Oh, I'll send them to you, Matt. You can put them on screen.
He's actually more. Yeah, you got to show Matt this and Jose, because this guy's more obsessed with Squirt than McClay, and he's trying. He wants
to know about that.
No, I'm here, dude. This is ridiculous. I don't even know if this is guys just trolling or if he's a real dude, but I actually started following him. He fucking has the craziest posts, but he wants to run like Squirt's Twitter, social media, and he like begs him. It's pretty fucking funny.
And he saw the caption on one of the Instagram slides that's talk shit. Or, no, I think he might have seen Matt's Photoshop of me in the Spider-Man thing with the squirt on the ground, and it had a link to it.
Oh, it's at our was at our Halloween party.
Yeah, at the Halloween party when I was just squirted out. But and
that's the worst fucking way to put that.
What are you talking about?
When I was just squirted out, man.
Squirted out.
Yeah, you got to be careful when you Google that squirt shit, dude. Trust me.
So in my phone, when I was making Brian's intervention letter, every time I would look at it in my phone, it's still in here. It says Brian's squirt letter. And the drink is not what pops into my head.
I know, but if you Google is squirt bad for you, it's not squirt soda. It's all kinds of, it's the most hilarious shit.
It's a different kind of squirt.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. No, what were you going to say, Keith? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no, you're good. I was going to try to find that dude.
I sent it to you, Matt.
So, Brian, I got to kind of come clean here a little bit to you. So after watching the last episode of the podcast and you guys had your intervention for your squirt, Kyle made an agreement with Keith that we would use all of our internet monies to help you out.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, 4 months stay at the Ramada Inn.
Yeah. So I'm gonna share some stuff here with everyone because what I thought started off as just a funny thing at our local or our holiday parties, our sponsored holiday parties. There's
Christ, McClay.
There's our Halloween party. Here is our Christmas party.
Oh my.
Just happened. Oh, no.
Here was our New Year's party. And here was our Easter party last year. Getting ready to be the Easter bunny for Kyle's kids, and you couldn't even stay off the squirt long enough.
He wears that around the house a lot when I live with him. Only the head part though.
So I'm not full furry yet.
So what we
thought you got down there, Brian.
What we thought
a real carrot.
What we thought was just a harmless a thing. You know, you enjoyed Squirt. I didn't realize what kind of addiction it was for you and how addicted you were to it. So with Kyle's help, at Keith's suggestion, and making this deal, I scoured the internet for the world's leading squirt counselor. Squirt counselor. Squirt counselor. So we're gonna get him in here to talk to you about Squirt.
He's gonna join us now. Just kidding.
Yes. I'm inviting him now. He's gonna come in here to talk to you about your Squirt addiction. All right.
All right. Man, you guys are really helping. I appreciate it.
So here is Mark Bunce.
Greetings.
Oh, Mark, thank you, man. Thank you so much. I really
No problem. You wouldn't understand that squirt addiction is actually a very common thing down here where I'm at. Over here in Australia, it's really bad. But we're here. Your friends and loved ones, and close ones that care, decided to put all the money in and at least get some of my time to get you on the air here. And normally, this is a lot more of a confidential thing, but since we're just kind of doing a shotgun counseling, just go right ahead and tell me what got you into Squirt in the first place.
Well, I grew up drinking soda, like any normal good American kid. I don't know how you guys do it down there in Australia.
Okay.
But Squirt was just kind of like a normal thing in the household every once in a while. We live really close to the grapefruit bushes and I think grapefruits, do they still grow underground?
Grapefruit bushes.
Do they still grow underground?
No, they do not grow on the ground.
Oh,
Grapefruit bushes.
They're trees. But
okay.
it's
Okay.
I assume you don't eat too many actual grapefruit. That's fine.
No.
They need a lot. They need a lot of grapefruit for the 1% that's in it.
Yeah. So I thought I was doing, Arizona a favor, later on in my habit, but I don't know how you guys do it down there in Austria, but
Australia, but not nearly anywhere near that. But that's fine.
Okay.
It's getting mixed up all the time.
I'm having a hard time just because this is my first day without a Squirt so far.
Oh,
and
really?
I'm really going through some pretty killer withdrawals, and as you can see, my brain isn't working quite well.
It does actually happen when you have. It's very common with withdrawal syndrome, especially with Squirt. We don't get enough grapefruit concentrate in your body for somebody who's been dependent on it for so long. It actually does stop a lot of the endorphins in the brain coming out correctly, so you don't actually get as happy as normal and things like that. It's really, really common right when you go cold turkey, right off the Squirt.
Yeah. Do you have any?
Right off the Squirt.
Right off the Squirt. Yeah. Do you have any?
That's what they say down here. It's just very common. Sorry if it's a little crude.
I don't know how they do it in New Zealand, but
not New Zealand.
Australia, Brian. Australia.
Sorry, I'm just trying here.
It's okay. It's understandable.
Fine.
Any sort of island. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. So I think Rip Hyman's was there recently. He came and said hello to us during my intervention.
I still haven't washed my arm since he used it as a guitar.
But yeah, so it's just a minute by minute process.
Yeah, that's true. So what are you drinking instead of Squirt, since you're actually trying to wean yourself off of what you're addicted to?
Right now I'm using Gatorade Frost. I'm trying.
You're trying to get your electrolytes, which is good. That is a good way to get your electrolytes back, as opposed to going straight into the Squirt, as some people would do. Because sometimes they want to GERT and sometimes they want to Squirt, and that's how you do it. And I understand.
Yeah. I feel like I should be laying down. Should I be laying down for this?
No, you don't. I mean, I have the bed, but you're not over here.
Okay. Yeah.
Listen, don't be afraid to go deep. I spent a lot of internet money trying to get this taken care of for you, Brian. We want to help you. Keith's worried about you. Brian's worried about you. I'm worried. We want to get this taken care of. So that's why we brought Mark Bunce on to help you out here.
Let loose, Brian. Tell him your feelings.
Yeah, you can go right ahead. This is all as confidential as 5 people other than yourself is going to be.
I don't know. I'm just kind of scared. I'm just kind of worried.
It's understandable. It's very understandable. you don't have to be scared, but I mean, I understand that you're going from something that you had for such a long time, going into something you can't understand anymore, or at least you weren't in this mindset prior to this point, and now you're completely somewhere that you're alone is what it feels like, and it's very common with a lot of addiction with the squirt. The other things that a lot of people like to try to do is, instead of going cold turkey like you have, straight up going with Gatorade, which has almost nothing in comparison to Squirt, is going off of different types of grapefruits like Fresca and Jarritos and all these other things. Wink soda is something we have down here, but I don't know if you guys have it over there.
No. We don't have those. I've never heard of those. I mean, whenever I think of grapefruit, I just think of Squirt, and it's kind of hard for me to just even think of grapefruit, and literally any citrus I have a problem with. So
okay.
Yeah.
So you're telling me since our intervention with you, you've disregarded our love and kept drinking Squirt until today?
I'm being honest, Kyle. I mean, I don't know what else you want from me.
Fuck you, McClay.
You should have called. I would have been there with a cold water.
I went, and I was doing it for the cameras, remember?
I can't trust you guys. You guys said you were going to be here for me.
As a matter of fact,
is that why you haven't been answering your phone? I've been calling.
Actually, I want to hear more about that. Why have you not been answering your phone as of late?
I don't know. I don't remember that. Maybe I was in a.
Okay. So what it sounds like. Sorry I don't mean to cut you off here. This is a collaboration. It's not advice. That's what counseling is. But what it sounds like, because Squirt addiction actually causes early young onset dementia, and it also causes young savage beardism. And young savage beardism is something that not a lot of people get down here. I've got a little bit of it, but that's because I drink a lot of Sprite Remix, and that's just something I have to get over. And I'm going to my own counselor for that. However, go ahead and tell me why
he definitely has young savage beardism for sure. I can account to that.
Tim in the chat wants to know, do you remember the first time you squirted, and what did it feel like, Brian?
So the best way that I can explain it is that first time like you feel like you're in love?
Yes.
That's the way it felt for me.
Wow.
Okay. Towards the end though, it was just, I mean, for the last 5 or 6 years, I wasn't even getting high anymore.
You don't do anything weird with the cans, do you?
No, I don't drink.
Only the bottles.
Yeah, just the bottle.
Uh-oh.
All right, that's all right.
I want you to be honest with yourself, Brian. When was the last time you squirted?
Right now.
10 minutes ago.
So the Gatorade is just it's just a show for all of us.
Well,
it's a facade. You're putting on a facade.
No, it's not so much a facade, Matt. As what a lot of addictions happen is where you have one thing so you can take off the edge, and then you have a chaser. His chaser ends up being Gatorade Frost, and that's good because of the electrolytes, and it makes it he doesn't want to drink as hard when he's just consuming different fluids. Because when you get the squirt in your mouth, you really, really want all of it. And since he already had some squirt from earlier, the Gatorade is what's helping him stay squirtless or dry, as some people say.
He loves when you squirt in his mouth.
Yeah.
He does not like being squirtless.
This is hard.
It's okay. It's understandable. I mean, like, especially when you have a group of peers, like, and someone you don't know, trying to basically just bull rush you with questions and just lots of deep thought and feelings. But we're here to help you out, and I'm definitely here to help you out for the next 5 minutes because that's all they can afford.
Mark Bunce is the top of the line squirt counselor on the internet. It's costing us a lot of our internet monies. So, Kyle made this deal, and I just felt like we needed to capitalize on it and make sure that you're all right since you're now a member of this show. And I know Keith was nice enough to hold an intervention for you, so I figured we could only do our part.
Well, I'm trying. I'll consider maybe continuing to seek counseling through Mr. Bunce down there in
I very much appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So
Thank you, Don.
What about a delicious glass of grapefruit juice?
it just doesn't have that taste, and
It
that
doesn't have the two-band chemical.
Well, is it okay? So let's get to the heart of the problem here. Actually, is it exactly the grapefruit part that you like the most, or is it the carbonation? And you gotta narrow that down because that's different.
There's two-band chemicals. That's what he's addicted to.
Our chat is worried about you too, Brian. Tim in here is very concerned listener. Says, can you recall the time that you Squirt got? Can you recall the time Squirt got in the way of your daily life? And have you ever missed work due to Squirt?
I only work because of Squirt.
To support your
Does that
habit.
make sense?
That does actually make a lot of sense. A lot of people actually have jobs so they can support their habits for things like that. Like some people will be really good and they'll be working like, oh man, this guy's a great worker. And then one day they come back and they're just completely different, especially after a paycheck because they just got their fix of what they've been trying to work toward.
Mr. Bunce, so Joe or someone in our chat wants to know, are you a reformed Squirt addict? You seem to know a lot. Sorry, my desk is like right there, so I can't.
It's understandable. I actually used to be a big Squirt addict. Yes. I used to like Squirt a lot back in the day. I don't drink it anymore though.
No, clearly not.
No.
I gotta go to the restroom. Just a second, okay?
Oh yeah, you can go right ahead.
I had to go get a Squirt.
As a matter of fact, that's actually usually a time that most people use to go get a Squirt. So when he comes back with more of a beard and more dementia, you'll know that he's been drinking.
More of a beard. Kyle, who asked that question in the chat? I can't see it.
Which one?
Asking Brent if he's a reformed Squirt addict.
Asking who?
Joe did.
Mark Bunce. Sorry, Mark Bunce.
Loyal listener, Joe.
Oh, okay.
His beard's going to come back more savage.
It's going to be like 2 feet long, like he's in a biker gang.
McClay, I am spending a lot of money, hard-earned internet money.
He leaves and he bails.
Yeah.
I just need a second, okay? Can you just give me a second? Like, I got the shits, because of the withdrawals, and I'm really,
The Squirt has had you backed up for the last 5 years.
Yeah. So can you just give me a second?
I mean, I don't know how much time Mark Bunce has. He's very expensive.
It's fine. I can stay on for another 5. It's fine.
Tim says that he's going out the bathroom window.
You need to get
Brian never comes back. We never see him ever again.
We'll have to have his brother look for him. Go text his brother and get him, drag him out of the bathroom. You gotta do the show.
Okay. So I'm just trying.
Better not be naked.
No, I'm not. I'm just worried because you guys got me worried about the chemicals, that there might be something in this Gatorade Frost that might be related. So I think I'm just gonna go to water.
There you go.
Nice. There you go. Dasani, was that lemon or orange or one of the flavors? Or is it grapefruit?
It's Squirt in the Dasani bottle.
What?
He's deceiving.
Gotcha.
It sucks when those bottles are clear and you can see what's in them.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I was wondering why his face is all of a sudden so red.
And his beard's a little bit longer.
It's just a little bit longer.
So what do you recommend for Brian to do?
Well, considering that his problem seems to go a little farther than we all thought, I recommend that he's got to learn Squirt. It's just as empty as your soul's going to be. And if you drink too much, Brian, that's good.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. I couldn't hear you.
Too much, Brian. Just listen. You'll be empty too.
I'm just. Where'd he go?
He's empty, just like the Squirt. That's all the time we had for for Mr. Bunt.
Our money is over.
I'll continue with the water, and see how this works. I really trust Mr. Bunts and I really appreciate your guys' help. So
we're just worried about you, and you know.
Isn't this where we give him the ultimatum?
Yeah.
It's either us or the Squirt. This is where we cut you off, McClay.
Dude, yep.
You choose. What is it?
Can you give me a day?
What?
You need to contemplate.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. I just need one more fix.
No, that's what you said in the podcast last Friday. I need one more
That's
squirt.
bullshit.
I need one more squirt.
I know, but I just need.
I should have listened to Kyle.
See, you guys forget my tolerance is really high, and I had 2 full liter bottles of Squirt at the podcast that got taken away from me. I only got to finish one of them, so my tolerance is so high. I really need to get my Squirt fix one more time, like just enough to give me that one last chase of the dragon.
I mean, I don't know. You're being very deceiving now, putting it in a Dasani bottle.
Is it a squirting dragon?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm sorry, putting a Dasani label over the Squirt label.
What are you talking? I don't know what you mean.
This is bullshit, McClay.
All right. We'll talk about this later.
So since we have both of you guys on here, and you guys are huge Star Wars fans,
let's do it.
What did you guys think of the new trailer that dropped today?
I was actually hoping you were going to ask us about that.
So it's funny you're asking about that because at about 12 o'clock this afternoon.
You don't even know what day it is, Brian.
When Brian was waking up and thought it was Saturday as he reached for his next Squirt fix.
We were standing in line at Fry's Electronics to get a computer looked at, and I noticed that the trailer had come out. So me and Keith sat arm in arm, enjoying that trailer.
Cock to cock.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that, but you know,
you guys cross swords.
I tried.
Lightsabers.
Yes.
Cock sabers.
Yeah. No, but I thought it was cheesy because of how they put Palpatine's laugh in the end. Why couldn't they just keep that out? I mean,
yeah.
To keep it more as a surprise, or
no? Of course, it wasn't a fucking surprise. I mean, that we all know, like those characters are there and they're coming. Like, why ruin it?
Yeah, no shit.
It would have been much better if they would saved that for the movie instead of the fucking trailer.
For sure.
I think we talked about this when we were talking about the Joker trailer and about how all these movies nowadays they ruin the movies because they show everything during the trailer, and Star Wars is a big fucking part of that problem.
That's why the Russo brothers right now are saying that most of the footage that we're seeing for trailers for Avengers is from the shit that they cut out,
which is awesome.
If they really did that, that's awesome.
That is smart.
Keith, what were you saying about? I forget what you were saying about Rian Johnson.
When
we were talking about how it's a big fuck you to.
Well, I mean, it's just I just thought they kind of fucked up by just giving too many people's hands at the story. So it's like Rian Johnson kind of just gave a fuck you to J.J. Abrams, and then J.J. Abrams is probably going to have to undo and give a big fuck you to Rian Johnson. You know what I mean? So yeah. I think there's just too many hands at the story. Actually, I was just thinking about it today after the conversation me and you had to play. Like, even if I hated him, I would just love to see George Lucas's 7, 8, and 9. You know what I mean? And I don't know. And we were just talking about today how. Remember Celebration 4, about 2 years after Celebration 4, I said to McClay, I go, doesn't life suck now because there's no Star Wars to look forward to? And now I'm surrounded by all this Star Wars. I don't even give a fuck anymore for some reason. I was that nerd that was at the midnight at Walmart waiting for the figures to come out and all that shit. And I just don't even care anymore. It's weird.
You think all these movies coming out and all this publicity for it
is too much.
Jaded you? You've just been inundated with enough Star Wars that it's It's lost.
I think it's that, but it's also not George Lucas. You know what I mean? And it's just, but like 10 years ago, if you would have said there's gonna be a Han Solo movie, a Rogue One, I would have been like fucking badass. I would have just been crying about it. And now I'm just like, eh. Don't get me wrong though. Don't get me wrong. Episode 9 and anything Star Wars, I get stoked. When Brian showed it to me, I almost got a tear in my eye just because I get so excited about it. And I know like. Me and him are one of our other best friends, Jay. We have this tradition where we go every episode, very first showing. So I get excited just because it just, I don't know, brings friends together. It's something we're talking about it now. You know what I mean? Just like, it's just still cool. You know what I mean? But I'm just not as excited as I was for like, I'd say episode 1, 2, and 3. Even though, you know, we look at the prequels as shitty now, but back then, like I was fucking pumped then. You know what I mean?
I mean, that gave me goosebumps. Like I was like, that opening scene today when I was watching the trailer.
I did too. I was like getting pumped.
Like, you know what I mean? When that backflip happens and you're like, oh, I don't know. Just something about that trailer, man. It just gave me goosebumps.
Here's the reason why I feel the same way Keith does. I'm still excited because I'm a Star Wars nerd. But not as excited, and this is the main reason why, because I was looking forward to J.J. Abrams when episode 7 came out.
I know we talked about McClay is how Luke, Leia, and Han should have all been together at least in one of the movies, and I never got to have it. That's kind of his fans that we all wanted to see, you know.
Well, here's the other thing: when episode 7 came out. The ending with Luke and Luke being so dark was what every fucking Star Wars fan wanted. Every single Star Wars fan that I know is waiting for a dark Luke. Just Luke to be a badass, really fucking dark, angry. The dark side is starting to take him over because a lot of us spent a lot of that time in between movies back before the prequels reading the novels. And there was a couple of those novels where Luke was really dark and he was starting to touch towards the dark side. And Luke is such a badass. And then at the end of episode 7, that's what we got. We got badass Luke. And then episode 8 comes and it fucking ruins it. And Luke was so cheesy in that. And even Mark Hamill, like you were saying early in the day, Keith, like even Mark Hamill was like, he didn't like what the end of the movie was, where like how he died and how he was like made that stupid comment. And Luke needed to be dark. He needed to be angry. Yeah. He needed to be really fucking angry and like teetering on the dark side. And that would have been great. But it's Disney. I don't know which is worse, George Lucas or Disney.
Well, George Lucas isn't making a cut or doing 7, 8, 9 because he's too busy fucking with his original stuff still.
Yeah, I know, but
that's stuff that doesn't need to be added.
Yeah, but that's what everybody's thinking about, right?
Yeah, and from what I heard, Abrams had an outline for 7, 8, and 9, and then when they brought Brian Johnson on,
is he the lead singer AC/DC?
The thing that sucks is that I was really stoked for episode 8 because Brian Johnson, like Brick, he's done some badass movies. Looper. I thought he was gonna do a really awesome take on it. So I was really actually pumped for that movie.
Well, and I don't know how true it is, but like, you know, they said Abrams had an outline for it already, and then he came in and Disney handed him the keys, and they were like, "You can do whatever you want." So he rewrote the script, and like apparently he didn't even watch Force Awakens before writing the script for. Or that's what the word is, that he didn't even watch the movie before writing the script for the Last Jedi.
If that's true, I'm fucking pissed because he ruined a fucking franchise, in my opinion.
Yeah,
if that's true. If he didn't watch Force Awakens and he wrote at 8 and didn't watch Force Awakens, he ruined a fucking franchise by making Luke the way he is in episode 8.
Well, there's a lot of interesting stuff that we talked about earlier, too, with episode 9, because I can't wait to see the documentary about the original script with Colin Trevorrow, or whatever his name is, the dude that did Jurassic Park. I wasn't excited at all to see his episode 9, but he got in fights because he wanted Luke to stay alive in episode 9, and there's rumors that that's one of the reasons why he got fired from that shit. So, and I know they're not using any of his script. J.J. Abrams started from scratch, so I'd love to see that script.
I'll be interested to see how much JJ retcons, because you know he's going to do it, and that brings me to the point of who's the rising Skywalker. I see everyone thinking that it's going to be Kylo, but I think he's going to change. He's going to retcon. I think he's going to retcon Rey's backstory, and it's going to come out that she was lied to, and she's the Skywalker.
Oh yeah, guaranteed. Yeah. I totally believe that, and the reason why is this. Look at all the craziness that's going around in comics, where some of it's not craziness, but it got a little hectic at one point with all the female characters, Harley, Spider-Gwen, Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel, America, all the female characters went crazy for a point there, and Star Wars and Disney was chomping at the bit for a female lead in Star Wars that was, could show that powerful female, persona. And Disney's all about that. They're all about, and they don't care about legacies, especially to stuff that really they didn't start. So I think Star Wars, they really didn't care about other than what money they could make off of it now. So everything before they could care less about. And so they went, okay, we want a strong female lead that can be, take place as the male lead. And I agree with you, Matt. I think that Rey is going to be that. They're going to do something for that.
It's funny that how you said J.J. Abrams had this huge outline for everything. Well, then when Ryan came in and fucked everything up, Colin had that script. J.J. scrapped that, and he had to write a script and shoot it within 2 years. So not only did that outline that you said get fucked, like this script's kind of like pulled out, you know what I mean? Pulled out 2 years. It's gonna be interesting to see the script, you know what I mean? It's not thought out. It's kind of pulled out his ass. 2 years ain't shit to write and shoot a Star Wars film.
Yeah, but I wonder how much he still had from his original outline that he used to help him write that script.
Do you think we'll ever find out?
I think it'll come out.
Yeah,
I think it'll come out. And I think the other news that they said that this is going to be the last Star Wars movie and then it's going to go on a hiatus is going to be the best thing that happens to this franchise.
I agree, as long as the hiatus is the time it takes for the Game of Thrones showrunners to do Old Republic. Because if that's true, if those two guys are doing Old Republic, that could save this whole fucking franchise. For people who grew up in the 80s that aren't little kids, if they do Old Republic and they do it Game of Thrones, they don't have to go as dark and as that'd
be badass though.
It would. And Old Republic is the perfect story to play off on that. Darth Revan, Darth Malak,
Nihilus.
Yeah, all those. I mean, Revan is such a great character, and I think that a lot of those people have been chomping at the bit to put him in a something on the screen. So all those characters in the Old Republic are great. So we'll see.
So what do you guys think of the trailer, though? We're all shitting on it. I actually, I was excited. I'm really excited to still see the movie and stuff. But what do you guys think of it? What do you think of it, Matt?
I mean, I'm excited for it. I thought it was good. Like I said, it's exciting. The opening scene where she goes flipping over the speeder. That was cool. But
speeder.
I don't know. I'm very much in the same way you. After Last Jedi and everything else that's coming out, now you've got the Mandalorian TV show coming out on Disney Plus streaming service, and you've had all this stuff. I'm like, I'm Star Wars'd out.
Yeah, I told McClay before we saw Episode 7, I said this is probably the last time I'll be this excited for. Do you remember that I'll be excited for Star Wars? Because we never knew Episode 7 was coming out, so it was like fucking Episode 7 now. So, but I knew that after that with the Disney thing, that I knew I would never be as excited for Star Wars ever again, and it's come to be true, and it's actually getting lesser and less and less. So,
see, that was the opposite. I came out of Episode 7 pumped, ready for Episode 8. I was like, I can't wait for this. And then once Episode 8 had come out, I left the theater. I was like, I don't give a shit about this anymore.
That's the exact same that we were. Episode 7 was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Kylo Ren was badass in it. That's another thing that pissed me off. That character could have been so much better. They should have played more on the Vader, on the Anakin Vader stuff. They should have played darker, and they just needed. Star Wars is so much better when it's dark. Did you guys? Keith will know what I'm talking about. Did you guys ever read any of the novels?
I never got into it. Like
No.
So even if you don't read the original content novels, Revenge of the Sith, the novel for Revenge of the Sith is so fucking good because it's a little bit different than the movie. It's darker. And there's this at the end of Revenge of the Sith, there's this like, what is it called when the character's just talking about stuff in his head?
Monologue.
Monologue. There's a monologue
It's like a poem.
Yeah, when Anakin is sitting there and he's after he got his legs burnt off and everything, and he's getting all the robotics put on him, when Anakin's thinking about what he's going through and all this stuff, and it's so fucking good. And the book was dark, and it had that tinge of like evil, and it was one of the best things I had ever read. I remember Keith came to me. I want to say we might have been, where were we? We might have been at work when
My dumbass fucking read it before the movie came out.
Yeah,
it came out before.
Yeah,
but the bad thing about actually that book, some of Star Wars books do this, but is when you read the book, then some of it will be in italics. But what's in italics is them speaking the Force to each other, which you can never get from a film. So when Episode 3 opens up and their ships are flying Obi-Wan and Anakin, you're like, oh, they just know how to fly ships really well. In the book, there's italics of like, they're counteracting each other's moves, and there's like Force shit going on that you just understand. And you know how books are; they're always better than the movie and stuff. But Revenge of the Sith book is bad as fuck.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Brian.
Here's another example of where Lucas and Disney fucked up and by not making it dark. Do you guys remember Episode 1? That scene where
I try not to remember Episode 1.
No, this is the best one. Where Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon are waiting to fight Darth Maul, and those shields come up, and they're sitting down meditating, and Darth Maul's just pacing back and forth, just looking at him. And that is one of the baddest scenes in any fucking Star Wars ever. And it was because Darth Maul was so evil and so badass. And just that scene of, they're just like, Qui-Gon tells Obi-Wan, like, sit down and meditate. Darth Maul is just like, come on, motherfuckers. And he's just pacing back and forth like a fucking dog, like a wolf, you know? And then they fucking kill him. Darth Maul is one of the best Star Wars characters ever created. And you kill him.
Spoiler, he's not dead.
No, I know. And that's why I was so happy when I saw him in what's that show called, that animation?
Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Especially
with the bionic legs, that was fucking badass. But that's a perfect example. You got a perfect character that can play on for the rest of those episodes, that can be just as fucking sinister and evil. Not just as, but it'll get close to Darth Vader if they play it right.
Don't you think Episode 2 is worse than Episode 1?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yes.
Because you don't have Darth Maul. The only good thing about Episode 1 was Darth Maul.
Yeah, Episode 2 is pretty bad.
Yeah, I don't like Episode 2 at all.
Yeah.
It was, I don't know. I'm just angry. I'm angry that they played that so terrible, and they played it so kiddie.
Drink your squirt and calm down.
Well, I don't think it's kiddie. Like, if you look at Kylo Ren from Episode 7, he's the same way. It is dark. Like, he guts his own father. Like, you watch him.
What do you want,
his own,
Clay?
Yeah, you watch him gut his own dad. But
Jesus, McClay, what else?
That's dark. But then you get to Episode 8 where shit falls off the rails, and instead of being this dark, edgy, like, troubled character, he's more like a fucking angsty teenager.
Yeah, and they ruined Kylo Ren. And there's also that cheesy fucking scene where Princess Leia is floating in space like Thor. It's like, what the fuck was that? That was so goddamn cheesy.
But then they do things with the franchise like Rogue One, which was like the best Star Wars movie. I didn't know I wanted it until I saw it.
Yeah, and why was it the best, though? Because it had that death, darkness, grittiness. you knew what was coming, which was fucking, you know, the Death Star just destroying a bunch of shit and a lot of death and destruction. And they still made that a good story. So I don't know. Star Wars to me is meant to be dark, and they've totally ruined it. They've turned it into fucking Ewoks and fucking that stupid donkey looking character. What's his fucking name?
Jar Jar Binks?
Yeah, Jar Jar Binks.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. And those stupid little penguin things in episode 8. Yeah.
What if that's not Palpatine's laugh at the end? Maybe that's just to throw you off. What if that's actually Luke?
I'd be fucking awesome.
What if JJ retcons it in a way and you actually get your dark side Luke?
That'd be fucking great.
That'd be pretty lame because there's a lot of articles today that say that like J.J. Abrams confirms like I don't know. I thought J.J. Abrams confirmed it today, didn't he? That he's in it.
Oh, I'm sure he's in it.
We need to look on IMDb.
You know, here's what I wish they would do with Star Wars. Obviously, I want them to do Old Republic with the showrunners from Game of Thrones, but I want them to do. Didn't you guys read the Dr. Aphra stuff that Marvel put out with the droids, the evil droids that she had, and her and Vader, and any of the Vader
personal bounty hunter?
Yeah. So if they made something off those characters, that would make me happy because those characters are really fleshed out, and you can still have Vader in there. Vader is, to me, the best character that came from Star Wars ever. Vader, to me, it's like him and Joker are 1 and 2 in greatest villains ever created. So if they could go back and do some of the Rogue One shit like they did, but with Vader, and throw in that Dr. Aphra character and 000, and what's the other droid's name? The black C-3PO. I can't remember his name. Is he 000? And then the R2 unit, the astromech, is a different name. Anyways, there's the black C-3PO and the black astromech, and they're fucking evil as fuck. So that would make me happy, but I don't think they're gonna do it because Disney's got their hands in it.
I don't know. I don't know. I think they need to make Vader more evil. Like, you should have seen him slaughter all the younglings in episode 3.
Amen.
Like
that's in the book, dude. In the book, it's dark.
Oh yeah, he does way more shit.
Yeah, it goes into detail, him fucking up all those little kids. And here's the other thing. I liked Anakin. His acting was a little off in episode 2, especially. But
that's because George Lucas doesn't know how to write, but he also was trying to write a love story.
Tim says
it's honestly hard to act to bad writing.
Tim says in the chat, Brian, that black C-3PO is 000.
Okay, thanks, Tim. Does he ask? I can't remember the name of the astromech, the black astromech. Anyways, yeah, thanks, Tim. But that Vader storyline is great. You know, the early stories of Vader when Anakin's first in the suit, and he's got to go find the Jedis that are
talking about between 3 and 4.
What's that?
Are you talking about in between episode 3 and 4?
No, this happens in between. Yeah, 3 and 4. You're right.
Yeah,
he's
looking for like the last Jedi and shit.
Yeah, and the Emperor's sending them out. Did you guys see that fan-made film that they're turning into a web series where it's all about Vader and the Emperor fucking with him?
No.
It's amazing. I'll send it. I'll send you the link, Matt. It's one of the best fan-made things I've ever seen. And this is sad but true. I'm more excited for that than I am anything Disney's going to put out.
Tim says it might be C2B5.
Okay, that sounds close.
C2B seeing you later.
Yeah.
They need to bring back Porkins.
Stupid.
I need to work on that.
Jose likes Porkins.
Do you guys think there'll be episode 10, 11, and 12 one day?
Of course.
Yeah.
I think it'll be it'll be the same saga, but it'll be, of course, completely different people.
Too much.
I already see people on like Facebook yard sale and OfferUp. They're like, Star Wars is ending, selling all my original figures. It's like, it's not ending. Please, come on now.
Oh,
They're
Yeah,
gonna-
yeah.
hopefully
like-
they want them for cheap.
That's a lot of people. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people today have been like, "Oh, it's clearly Kylo Ren that they're talking about." Kylo Ren was making a push to the good side. I was like, if you look at that trailer, he's not. He's resoldering the helmet back together. Like he's getting ready to go full Sith Lord. And then you have, that's why the focus was on Rey. And Star Wars has always been a story centered and focused around the Skywalker family. So it doesn't make sense to just have a random badass character as your lead if she's not somehow related to these other characters.
Unless it's both and they're related.
Yeah.
They
Like,
could be.
and
I think they're. I always thought that the best story was them being the twins.
yeah, they're related and they're both Skywalker. Rise of the Skywalker, both of them.
That'd be cool.
That's
What
what I
everybody
thought was
thought
gonna,
at first.
Yeah.
That's what I thought was going to happen in episode 8 at the end when like she was trying to convince him. I thought they were going to band together to go against Snoke and it was going to come together that they're brother and sister. Because that was a perfect storyline. The Solo twins was a perfect storyline that was set up for him.
The Solo twins in the books is awesome.
Yeah, Jason and Jaina, I think it was. But anyway,
What was their name? I can't remember their name.
I mean, they could still very well do that where they're the twins. And I mean, it would make a lot of sense. She doesn't have to be Luke's daughter, but that's
no.
the thing. It's like you would think though their last name would be Solo, so it would be Rise of the Solo, not Rise of the Skywalker. But
Yeah.
that's what
They
leads
said that-
me to believe that it's gonna be Luke's kid, and it would make sense that after Kylo, all the stuff happened with Kylo, that he would want to hide her,
Yeah.
and that's why he in the story about her family and lineage is what she or just lies. So it just make it where everything that happened in episode 8 was basically a giant lie.
Yeah, like Keith was saying in the beginning, just Abrams just totally wiping the slate clean of what happened in 8. Big fuck you to Rian Johnson. Oh.
Luke's gonna get up and be like, "I'm just kidding. I'm not Force Ghost. What up, motherfuckers?"
There's rumors that Anakin's in it. Hayden Christensen. What do you guys think about that? You guys get to see those ever on YouTube and shit?
I'd be cool with that. I'd be really cool with that.
I think it's a missed opportunity if Lando and Leia didn't have a love child and they didn't name the kid Han Solo Skywalker, and that's who it's about. Their love child rising to power.
Oh my god, I'm just glad they fucking have Lando in it.
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't have it in 7 or 8.
They tried, but they just didn't have enough time in the schedule to get him in, I guess.
Whose schedule? His?
No, the Star Wars schedule. Well, he's pretty busy, dude, with all the cons out there that he's making all the money off of, signing Colt 45 cans, kind of like Rip Hyman's did with my Squirt bottle.
You still have that?
Yeah. Oh, my mom has it, dude. She's been stoked about it for fucking days now. Just like Kyle's stoked about not washing his arm. I mean,
Dude, I put a plastic bag over it when I get in the shower.
I mean,
like it's in a cast.
It was cool to see that picture. Proof of Kyle getting to hang out with Rip Hyman's.
Dude, when he grabbed my arm to use it as a guitar, I filled the cup. I mean, I was like, shit. I wish I'd been wearing sweatpants for this.
Did you know Rip Hyman's was coming? Did you see him in getting ready when you were out there, or?
No, I was sitting out there, and I was sitting out waiting on the street to come in, and I was like, I was so scared that Brian, because I got there super early, like I got there like 25 minutes early. I didn't think it was going to be that quick for me to get there, and I was like, every white car I fucking ducked in my car. Just in case it was Brian pulling up to, get out and walk in. I was like, oh, shit.
He's like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah, I was like, I had a real awesome parking spot next to the gate to get in. And I was so scared that like Brian was going to pull up that drove away, and I turned around. I parked on the other side of the road and like down kind of far, so that just in case he pulled up, that I could duck. Because I seen what's his name that did the
Manny.
Yeah, I seen him walk by. I think I seen him walk by with the tripod and everything, and I was like, shit. It's fucking Brian gonna walk by too?
Yeah, it sucks we lost that camera guy that day that he was going to shoot all the behind the scenes of you guys getting ready and waiting and prepping and stuff. Because that shit was hilarious.
Oh, man. No, I didn't know what to expect with that. It was so awesome.
Hell yeah. Thanks for coming, man. I appreciate that a lot.
Oh, man, it was great.
Tim in the chat says that he hopes that since the first time he's seen episode 7 that Rey is a Kenobi. Do you think there's still any steam for that theory that she might be a Kenobi?
No.
No.
I think that's dead. I was hoping it was and going into 8. But I think that's dead.
Joe says, I seriously hope Rey is a nobody. That's my biggest beef with Star Wars. What are the odds that one family would be at the center of every historical event in the universe over half a century?
Oh, you mean like the royal family in England?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. You mean like the Kennedys? What do you think about Disney coming out and saying that they're going to release everything together on the one streaming service?
I'm all for that, man.
I'm not so excited to get on it.
That exactly, Jose. It's got to be cheap. Is it going to be cheap? Did they say how much?
$6.99.
$6.99 a month.
Oh, that's fucking great.
And it's going to have...
I can watch The Little Mermaid like 19 times in a row.
Yeah,
well, finally forced Keith to watch Lion King.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
You've never seen The Lion King?
Yeah, I can't believe it either.
The
new one's about to come out.
Action. Yeah, you better watch the original one before you.
What's funny is like I've seen almost every movie ever except for The Lion King for some reason.
That's the best Disney movie.
But yeah, so on that streaming service, you're getting access to every Disney movie, every Marvel movie, and also every episode of The Simpsons is going to be on there.
I thought they didn't get The Simpsons. They got
they got The Simpsons. Yeah.
Oh, that's huge.
So what? It's going away from FX.
Probably. Well, no, because I think they still own FX because they own the TV channels.
Well,
too.
So they have something with Hulu, I think, and then they also have all that original programming, like The Mandalorians.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't they doing some Marvel shows and shit?
Yeah, they announced Hawkeye, or not Hawkeye, but Falcon and Winter Soldier is going to be an original TV show. Kate Bishop.
I saw Hawkeye. No, I saw Hawkeye has a show too.
Yeah, Hawkeye and Kate Bishop is going to be a show.
Yeah.
And then Loki's getting his own show too.
I think that Loki show is going to be great.
Do people care about Hawkeye? Like that character in the Avengers for his own show?
The Matt Fraction version.
They care more about Kate Bishop. People have been wanting Kate Bishop in the Marvel Cinematic Universe for a long time.
Isn't that his daughter? I'm not a big comic guy, so I feel out of place here, but that's his daughter, right?
Oh, Kate Bishop is from Young Avengers, and she has the same skills as Hawkeye because for what she did.
The only reason why I know of her is because I saw in the Avengers trailer, there's that cut scene of him showing a female archery, and I saw a bunch of people like, oh my God, is that Kate Bishop? And then I was like, who the fuck is Kate Bishop?
Yeah. I mean, it might be for the movies. They might change it, but originally she's not.
I got to be honest. I'm really looking forward to seeing Hawkeye as Ronin. I think Hawkeye as Ronin is a great character. That storyline in New Avengers was fucking awesome.
I just think it's funny that people are memeing the shit out of his tattoos now.
I love the meme that shows him with the mohawk, and it says like, "Youth pasture mode activated."
I like the one where it says barber fading away, and he's like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, he's getting the haircut.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to do Ant-Man's daughter, Cassie?
No,
no, not yet.
They will do Young Avengers if they're going to do Kate Bishop, though, guaranteed.
Yeah.
I think Cassie comes in Ant-Man. I think that. Yeah, I caught it. I think you don't see anything with her until Ant-Man 3.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's right. They're also making the animated What If series.
That's awesome.
I think the first one was What If. I think it's What If Carter was Captain America.
Yeah. Do you see how much that book is going for? That variant cover for that book?
A lot, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous.
People just latch onto that shit.
I know. It's silly. So I heard you saying that you picked up all the Uncanny X-Men issues. How far did you start reading them yet?
Oh, I just went back to. Everyone told me started issue 11 is where it got good. So I've got 11 through current, 11 through 15, and it is actually really good.
When I go to the comic book store.
Do they have any of the trades available for that yet, or is it too soon?
It's only 15 issues in.
Oh, okay.
That should be just at least one.
Yeah.
Well, issue 15 just came out last week.
Yeah. So it is good though, huh?
Oh yeah, for sure. It definitely is.
I know I did a little bit more research when you guys posted a link that I did a little bit more research on, and the only thing that pisses me off is the thing where they brought Professor X back through Phantom X, because Phantom X is such a good character and they're ruining that. Phantom X was one of the best characters in Uncanny X-Force.
Yep.
That was one of the best books, storylines ever. And
Yep.
all of X-Men was the Uncanny X-Force stuff. Especially the Archangel run. So fucking good, man. And now they're ruining that character because they have fucking Professor X. Does he look like Professor X, Matt?
I haven't seen him in the Uncanny books yet.
Okay.
But there's so many different X books going right now. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think the Uncanny started. When it came out, it started as a weekly book, and then they changed it around issue 11. I think they went from weekly to bi-weekly, and that's when it started getting good because they changed the team on it, and it was no longer a weekly book.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Joe says no, he doesn't look like the professor.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'll have to check that shit out.
But I just like how it goes back. Like it goes back. So you've got like Dark Beast, like Hank McCoy, as you know him as Beast, and it's Dark Beast, the one that Mr. Sinister pretty much fucked with and like gave him, the robotic spider like legs and shit, and now he's trying to experiment on everybody and stuff like that.
It's not actual Hank McCoy. It's
no. It's like his alter universe,
yeah,
Dark Beast version.
Oh, that's crazy.
Tim says, I grabbed all the Uncanny books a few weeks ago since you guys got me back into comics shops. The story is pretty solid. It really is. Like just the see the X-Men trying to rebuild and they're hanging out at their hideout is the back of a bar.
Oh, that's dope.
Like they're like in plain sight. So it's pretty interesting watching him trying to put everything back together.
Can you guys go see Hellboy?
No. That movie's getting shit on.
I know, that was crazy.
It's not Ron.
You what?
Because it's not Ron.
I don't think it's because it's not Ron. It's just...
Or Guillermo's not directing it.
I don't know. I think it's the same thing you saw in the trailers. He's got the fucked up arm. It doesn't look right.
It's just not what we expected it or wanted it to be.
Yeah.
I mean, now that everyone's shitting on it, I want to see it even more because I want to see what's making it that bad that it's completely and totally being shit on.
Is it still got a 10% rating?
Oh, let me look.
I think it's down to 9. That was played.
It's down to 9. It's dropped to like 8.5.
Hey guys, I don't mean to be rude. I gotta go barbecue really quick with my girlfriend, so I just want to say thanks for having
you're
me
good
on and stuff. So
yeah, you're good, man. Absolutely. Thank you for stopping by.
No, you guys are fucking badass. I really appreciate it. You guys are all welcome on anytime, any one of you. So just hit us up. Just make sure you get with McClay and schedule that shit.
Absolutely,
Sweet.
man.
Everybody
guys
go
have-
watch the podcast.
Yeah,
Yes.
you guys have a good night. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
before you take off, tell everyone where they can find you and find the podcast.
Well, you just go to youtube.com/thebodcast. THEBOGCAST. And if you could subscribe, that'd be awesome.
Yes, definitely subscribe.
Awesome. All right, guys. You guys
All
are
right.
fucking.
Later,
You guys
Keith,
rule.
thanks.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
All right.
thank you. Have a good night. All right, so back to what we were talking about. Hellboy is at a 15%, sitting at a 15%
Jeez.
critic score and 67% audience score.
Wow.
And it's 2-hour movie.
Ugh. Tours like shit. Hot garbage.
I thought it looked good.
Hot red garbage.
I thought it looked good too, other than his fucking weird arm.
I mean, I look past that just because they're trying to do something. I think they're trying to do something a little bit different with it. Because you know how it always is. It's exactly it's the comparison. So I think they're trying to give it its own, almost like its own identity or something. But I thought it looked fucking cool as shit, man. I want to see it even more now that it's getting shit on.
You want to see it even more because you're going cross-eyed because you've been drinking.
That too. It's that peanut butter whiskey's got me fucked.
Yeah.
Already? You're lit?
Oh man, I'm fucking half in the bag.
He's lit at AF.
Yes, AF, I am. So Jose had news, and what news did you have, Jose?
I have news. I had a little question because I went to Circle K to pick up something to drink from a pizza.
Was strange things afoot at the Circle K?
Yes, very strange. So I went to the counter with my drink.
And you gave him M&Ms and said it was your medicine.
No. So the question I had is, the clerk only had one arm. So what jobs could you do with just one arm?
Drummer.
I think you can do any job with one arm.
Well, you can't be a really good programmer with just one arm.
Sure you could.
No, because
Dude,
you're right. The dude who sits next to me broke his hand, and he's got his left hand he's typing fast with, and then he's got his right hand he's pecking.
But it's not as efficient.
But you're also not trained to live with the disability when you break your arm. It just happens.
Like an inconvenience.
Yeah. It's an inconvenient truth.
Dude, if you can write
You know what job you couldn't do with only one arm?
What?
Gymnastics.
Let's see.
Pole vault.
Dude, if you can write songs like
cartwheel.
Rocket Ages and Armageddon It and Hysteria, and then you can do anything with one arm, dude.
Did he have a prosthetic or no?
No, fuck
just
no.
a stub. Just a stub.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the Circle K guy.
Oh, no.
He could not- you know what? He couldn't be a professional clapper.
Well,
Could
can
be
you,
an extra.
can't you clap like this?
Clap one-handed. Just
Yeah.
He couldn't be a professional golfer.
Why not?
He has a mean swing.
you can swing a golf club with one arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but is it professional or is it good?
Yeah, maybe that one arm's huge, like Hellboy.
That one arm gets a lot of work.
Oh yeah, I'm like, when I saw it, I was like, I wonder what jobs you could do with just one arm.
Tim says so interesting. Tim says in the chat. So God, I can't talk. Interestingly enough, fucking Christ, I walked into the local strip club. To my surprise, girl on stage had one arm.
Awesome.
She could do a pole dance. She'd fall.
Nah, it's all about that. That's all about your leg strength, man.
Or
It's all that leg and core workouts.
A fisherman.
Have you guys ever heard of Amputee Love? The
Yes.
comic book.
Oh.
Cause like I watched that video last night.
I fucking love it.
Kyle got all excited. He was like, "Yes."
I know what you're talking about. No, not the comic.
So I'm gonna share. Can I share the screen real quick, Matt?
Yeah.
It's funny that you guys brought this up because I just got shown. Look at this. Amputee love.
Oh, nice.
How can you fucking not like that? I gotta find me a copy of this. Dude sucking on her nub right there. That has got to be one of the greatest fucking comic books I've ever seen.
Nugget porn. That's right. Kyle loves nugget porn. Send Kyle all your nugget porn.
Yeah, look at the inside of this, dude.
Nugget porn.
It's like remember that Metallica video with the guy that, what was that that video where the guy he got all his arms and legs removed and he couldn't talk or anything and he just wanted him to kill him?
Oh, one?
Yeah, for one. But here you go. This is probably the greatest comic book I think I've ever heard of. Doesn't get any better than that. Look at that. That's classic, man. So I'm glad you brought that up, Jose. That reminded me.
You're welcome.
Of
You have to
nugget
find
porn.
that comic now.
He was black and he had one arm.
Why does this color matter, Jose?
Right.
Oh, that's what he was.
What are you trying to say, Jose?
For not being black, he's missing an arm.
Yeah.
Every time I hear something like that, like one arm, somebody say one arm, all I can think about is the drummer from Def Leppard only got one arm.
The Bloodhound Gang.
Yeah, the Bloodhound Gang, Jimmy Pop.
I'm trying to think what job you can't do.
There's got to be a really good one.
I mean, professional rock climber.
Uh,
Yeah, you're right, maybe.
Are you talking like without the use of any prosthetic?
yeah,
Just straight one arm.
Yep.
Trapeze artist.
Yeah. I don't know.
He'd be an efficient like programmer. A person with two arms would win over you.
World champion deadlift.
Swimming.
Swimming. Yeah, it might be. You can have really strong legs.
You can be a professional baseball player.
Now you can be a pitcher.
Yeah, Jim Abbott.
Yeah, Jim Abbott. But he technically had a full arm. He just had a nub hand.
Yeah.
He had a strong hand.
I got one.
You can't jump rope.
Sign language person. Interpreter.
That's probably a good one.
Yeah.
You couldn't do double Dutch jump rope.
Double Dutch. I thought you were gonna say double Dutch rudders. I was like, whoa.
But yeah, that was my question because I saw that and piqued my interest.
Why didn't you ask him?
Hey, what jobs can't you do?
Be like, I am a reporter, a field reporter, and I would need to know what can you not do with one arm.
Yeah, that's interesting. I always have to ask, like I'm sorry, but I gotta ask, what happened? Like I'm always that asshole.
Oh, I'm just addicted to Squirt. My Squirt addiction got out of control.
Yeah, I was mainlining it. Like if I was a person that had that only one arm, and I would have a different story for everybody that asked.
Like the Joker.
Yeah.
Well, this one girl I was talking to, she was born with no foot, so she had a prosthetic.
Dude, I'm telling you, if it was like a foot or a leg, shark attack.
Yeah.
Hands down, shark attack.
Yeah.
Fighting a shark or something.
Yep.
It'd be really hard to nail something.
If it was a hand, I'd be like I lost it trying to wrestle a Squirt away from Brian.
You just gnawed my hand off. But anyway, that's my weird question of today.
I remember when my brother was first on the edibles.
Oh shit!
At the yeah, wow, there you go.
What a
Oh no, it's affecting Jose now too.
Yeah. When my brother was first on the edibles at the Mayo, and one of the surgeons came in to talk to him, my brother just wanted to fuck with him, and he goes, you guys were talking about maybe that it would be easier for me to get through this if you guys take off my leg. And my brother goes, can you like give me like a pirate's leg, but keep my foot? I want my foot to still be there. And the surgeon's like looking at him like, are you fucking serious? My brother's like, yeah, I just want like a pirate's leg, but I want to keep my foot.
So we have the black foot like Mr. Deeds.
Yeah. And the surgeon's like, I don't think we can do that. My brother's like, yeah, I know, you fucking moron.
Could you play hockey with one arm?
Yeah.
It's
not
Tim,
good.
Tim says in the chat, how did you lose the arm? I used to be a pro chess player, and some things happen and then just walk off. He says, fuck, Jose, squirt too?
Yep.
You're going to have another stroke.
Jose is a squirter.
Another stroke, Jose. What else we got this week? Let's see. Let me refer to the old outline here.
Avengers coming out in 2 weeks.
Yep, 2 weeks.
Can't wait.
Game of Thrones for Sunday.
Game of Thrones Sunday. I'm so stoked for that.
And that brings me up something. So the guy at my work, I was chatting.
Oh, I was waiting for this.
Oh,
I was almost not going to bring it up, but I think I'm going to bring it up. So you guys all watch Game of Thrones, right?
Yes.
sure.
Okay, I know Brian does, and I know Matt does. So I was talking with the guy I work with, and he's like, "Are you excited for Game of Thrones?" And I was like, no, I don't really watch Game of Thrones. It's really not been my thing. It's kind of boring. He was actually super surprised by it. Like, oh, someone's a choosy nerd. But he said, I can't even remember the dude's name now. Who did you say I would be?
Sam.
Yeah.
Wise.
No, not Samwise Gamgee.
So, what's his name?
I can't think of his fucking. Hold on, I'll find it. I can't think of his full name. Dead air everywhere.
Damn it.
I'm looking through our chat. I can't remember his. God damn it! What's Sam's name, Brian?
I'm spacing too. I'll tell you. Right.
Samuel Parley.
Yeah, we're fucking super fancy. Can't even remember dude's name.
Yeah.
He said I remind him of that guy. And I said, why? Because I'm fat and awkward?
No, it's because you have facial hair or not. You have like a face like same as his with brown hair, basically.
Kyle was like, "Who's that?" And I was like, "Oh, that sucks." And he's like, "What?" I was like, "Sam's basically a fucking shit cleaning, toilet cleaning pansy." Because that's what he's doing. He's basically cleaning shitters, but he's actually very, very smart, and he's one of the reasons they find out about how to kill a White Walker. And so, I mean, he's a very intelligent dude, but
he's kind of like Eugene on Walking Dead.
Yeah. He's kind of a just get a shitty hand of the stick.
He's the savior, kind of. He's gonna save everything because of what he finds out.
I didn't know, so I had to Google it. So I actually had to research who that person was. And it's the guy they made fun of him for being fat. And
yeah, but he's also really smart. So I think that's where he's coming from is that you're smarter than you let on.
I'd cover that up too and say that.
Okay.
I'd say that too to be nice. This dumb, fat, awkward fuck. I'm just gonna. Maybe he'll think he's smart.
This dumb, awkward, fat fuck.
So Matt, do you have HBO or do you sign up for HBO Go when Game of Thrones is coming?
I have HBO.
Okay. I went and signed up for HBO Go.
Yeah, I have HBO. I watch too many shows on HBO not to have it.
I just started watching True Detective, the new season. That's fucking good, man. So
It's so good.
the second season of True Detective was so terrible.
Yeah, the new one with what's his face? Yeah, Ali. It's really good.
Yeah, so far I'm on episode 3 or 4, and it's really fucking good. That dude's such a good actor. He was awesome, and he was even good in Luke Cage.
Yeah. As Cottonmouth.
Yeah.
Recently, I got into like urban exploring. And
So you drove around your neighborhood?
No, and stuff. And I was watching like stuff, Chernobyl, the movie, and like people like doing urban exploring and stuff.
Are you getting into parkour, Jose?
No.
Jumping off fucking roofs and flipping.
I can't jump off anything. I can barely jump off a curb.
So I got a funny story about that Chernobyl thing. The guy who came up with the idea to create that dome around Chernobyl to keep in all the radiation is my uncle's best friend.
Nice.
Yeah.
I thought your story was going to lead to this really cool web series that you're going to tell me to watch, and it was going to fizzle out in the fucking end. Did you see that Ian Glenn from Game of Thrones he got nodded, or he got the nod to play Bruce Wayne in the next season of Titans?
Yeah, it was kind of weird, right?
It is a little bit weird. They're definitely going with an older Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, and I'd be cool with that if it was Michael Keaton. Yeah, and the instant you think of older Bruce Wayne, you think of fucking Batman
Beyond,
yeah. And that's the first thing I thought, and I'm like, what the fuck? But I'm cool with that because I thought that that was one of the few cheeseball things they did in Titans, was how that episode where Dick was all in his head and shit.
Dick's always in your head.
That Batman was fucking all CG'd and it was terrible. Horrible.
Oh, what about Doom Patrol? How you guys liking that?
I love Doom Patrol.
Yeah, I think it's good.
I'm loving me some Doom Patrol. So Kyle,
like Cyborg.
No, he looks so stupid.
Yeah,
he looks really stupid.
So Kyle, I gotta ask: do you think with them canceling or talking about canceling Whiskey Cavalier that Maggie comes back to Walking Dead full time?
Definitely, because she's already made that announcement. There's already that article where she's thinking a lot about Maggie right now.
Yeah.
I thought that Whiskey Cavalier was like one of the best new shows that everybody's watching.
They tried to pump it and it just didn't work. And it got like, so when they first premiered it and it went on after the Super Bowl, it did all right. And then the ratings tanked on it to like a 0.96.
Wow.
And then it came on after something else and it spiked for about another episode to like a 1.9 or something, and then it tanked back down again. So they're canceling it.
You know it's bad when you have to like have the star of the show go and pimp it on social media every week the night it premieres. Like that's in trouble then.
I tried to watch it and it just didn't care.
Kyle
what
just
a dumb
didn't care.
fucking name too for a show. I was like, let's just think of a cool name. Give me 2 cool words.
They pulled it out of a hat.
Yeah.
Whiskey. Woohoo! And that's what the dude drove. It was a Cavalier.
Oh. He drank whiskey while driving the Cavalier.
Yeah. I know what I'm going to call it.
And what did you guys think about the news that they're bringing in a third Walking Dead show?
I think they're doing it to phase out the original Walking Dead.
Didn't we know that was coming though? Didn't they say that they were going to do a?
There was speculation, but the third one is going to follow a much younger group with two female main characters.
I thought what it was is,
and it's going to be later on.
It's going to be the next generation. So it's the first set of kids who've grown up not knowing anything but zombies, and this is this is the environment that they've created. So these are the kind of people that they are.
I think that's kind of getting silly. They're going to water it down just like they're doing for Star Wars.
I think they're doing it to phase out the Walking Dead, so that they have their own spinoffs of it that they have full control over.
Well, yeah, they're trying to phase out their connection to the comic book, which I think is interesting because Robert Kirkman came out this week and said that zombies will never again be the main focus of The Walking Dead.
They shouldn't be. They never were with Kirkman.
Yeah. So,
it was just something that was going on while everything else was. It was just something there that it was just an obstacle that they've always had to overcome. It's just something they have to deal with.
I was it's kind of interesting that the last season of Preacher is coming.
Yep.
That was
season 4. Look, I didn't care for season 1 of Preacher. I liked season 2, didn't care for season 3, so maybe I'll like season 4.
Yeah.
You like the even ones, huh?
Yep.
I just never could get into Preacher. It just never grabbed me. I was always half into it.
I love the actors. I think the actors are what hold that show together. The actors that play the main 3 characters are fucking awesome. So, to me, that's what kills it.
You know, a show I'm really liking right now is a show called Tacoma FD.
Oh, it's a new one on.
Yeah, and True, made by the 2 dudes from Super Troopers.
Have you watched I'm Sorry?
No.
That's a really funny show.
Yeah.
It's that girl, Andrea Savage. She was the psychologist in Step Brothers.
Oh, okay.
So she's the main person in I'm Sorry. It's really funny. The jokes are really funny.
You made me really want to see it, Jose.
Right. Your enthusiasm has sold me.
It sold me. I can't. I'm chomping at the bit now to find it.
I'm interested by the new Walking Dead, but also then again, I'm interested to see what that world would be like. But then again, I don't care either.
Well, my thing is, you think after that many years, the walkers would actually have to be pretty thinned out.
Yeah, decayed.
I'm just saying, just killing them. You got to think so. If this is say they do Judith when she's 17 or 18. That's a lot of years of killing zombies. You think that area would be pretty scarce, it was
But then you got to worry about dealing with all the people that are all fucked up now, and dealing with rebuilding society. And
you think after that many years they have a plan now.
Yeah,
good.
Because you got to think if it's another 15 years, it's the zombies have been there for quite some time. It's just kind of the way it is now. It's so you know what I mean? And you think they would have figured out society again by now. If they're not going to get it after 20 plus years, then maybe they just need to call it quits.
You said it was on True TV?
Yeah.
Thursday nights.
They're firemen, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is Cold Case Files on True TV?
I don't know.
It's just like Cold Case Files. It's just like Cold Case Files.
I got
Fucking Step Brothers.
I wish Keith was still on here because that's funny. Keith's in Cold Case Files.
It's on A&E and Hulu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Keith's on. He's plays a main character in 3 or 4.
If you didn't have to fucking eat, you could sit and talk to us about it.
Yeah.
I like giving them shit. I like making fun of them.
True TV is kind of.
I wanted to talk to him about that.
True TV is Impractical Jokers 24/7, except for 30 minutes on Thursday night.
Is it really?
And that sleight of hand guy, the magician. What's his name? Carbonell Effect.
Only the guy I think of is David Blaine. Whatever happened to David Blaine? I used to think David Blaine was the Antichrist.
He's being accused of sexual assault right now.
Yeah, that's right. I was gonna say there's something. I just heard something in the news about him, but I couldn't remember what it was. Sexual assault.
Because he's fucking creepy. He made me try to learn how to levitate.
Did you learn?
Fuck yeah, I did.
What'd you guys think of that story that came out of they're saying that the wedding of Scott Summers and Jean Grey never happened now?
That pissed me off. I don't care about the wedding. It just pisses me off that they're starting to change shit. Again.
Like the girl from Harry Potter, the creator. Did she say somebody was gay or something?
Oh, who cares about that? They do that shit all the time.
Yeah.
So what's our buddy Robbie L been up to this week, Mr. The only one that's not blocked?
Oh, he unblocked me, and he sent me a message that said he didn't realize that it was me, and he apologized, and he said he's going to step up his art by issue 5 because he's already halfway through issue 4, so he can't do shit about his crappy art. But issue 5, he's really going to do something about it, and he's really sorry.
Lies.
Kyle's all on top of it. His best friend.
He realized, oh, fuck, I can't block Kyle, so he had to unblock me.
Dude, I actually had an interesting fucking conversation about that with a dude in the comic book store on Wednesday, and the comic store owner's wife wasn't on it too. It was just funny because he was like buying the book, and she made the comment. She was like, "Oh, a Major X, Rob Liefeld's new book," and she was like, and he was like, "Yeah, Mr. Can't Draw Feet," and she was like, "It's just terrible art." I was like, "That entire book is terrible art," and we just got in a whole giant conversation about how bad Rob Liefeld's art is.
His balloon feet.
Yep, his balloon feet and
the tinfoil wrapping up everybody.
Yeah.
So I saw something funny where he said, let me see if I can find it word for word. He said he put out a tweet saying, "If I have blocked you, you've been blocked for a reason," or something like that. Did you guys see that?
No, we can't. We're blocked.
Yeah, we're all blocked. We can't see it.
It was on all the it was on all the comic sites.
If you've been blocked, it's for a reason.
So listen to this. So he says somebody asked him, "Hey, so seriously, Rob, like, what's the deal with like Jubilee's foot in this picture?" And it's one of his fucked up feet. And he says, "It's called stylistic choices. Every artist has them. If it bothers you, look away. I have no interest in drawing comics that look like photos."
Stupid.
There's no difference in drawing. Oh, no, I'm not even going to buy into this. Because it's Anatomy 101, jackass. Like, that's all I'm going to say.
He's the only one who does that.
Yeah, it's Anatomy 101. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's a moron.
But that's what the comic shop owner's life was like. I don't even understand how he keeps getting jobs.
Hold on, there's another one. Let me find it.
He's just got that name, Robbie L.
And he's only made 2 characters. So he made Cable and Deadpool. So he's just gonna like start creating family members for each one of them now. Just like Major X is fucking Cable's son.
It
was so cheesy.
Well, he did make Domino.
Well, yeah, but
I don't think that was probably all him. That was still probably partly Fabian Nissi. How do you say his last name?
I can't say it.
Nicieza or something like that.
Mr. Nice Guy.
God bless you. Yeah, no.
Let's see here.
No, I'm still blocked.
I'm perma blocked.
If you blocked, that means you're blocked for a reason.
Because if he unblocks me, I'll take shots at him again.
It's still funny because I still follow him on Instagram and Facebook and everywhere else, so I still see everything he posts. So it's not like he He hasn't cut me off totally. I still get my squirter fix.
I think it's getting around though, because I had Phoenix Comic Con reach out to us today and ask for us to submit pre-convention coverage, and they've never asked me to do that before.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's gonna make sure that we're not gonna like attack their guests or something.
Pre-convention coverage.
Mm-hmm. And they give me a hard date to submit it by, otherwise they're not going to give us our passes.
That they've already given us?
Yeah, what the fuck is that supposed to mean?
What?
What's that?
Go to the con. They're having these people, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. They want to know what your pre-convention coverage is going to be.
Talking about you on our fucking podcast? How about that?
Excited about going and certain guests that we're excited about. We should just
yeah, it's like they're like, so like, congratulations on your conditional approval for Phoenix Fan Fusion 2019. We look forward to having you take part in our event this year. There are some additional requirements and guidelines you must meet in order to receive your credentials. You must find this information and more on our website. Pre-show coverage for Phoenix Fan Fusion is required before, in big bold letters. Media credentials will be sent. The deadline for pre-show coverage is May 15th. If you do not provide links to your pre-show coverage by the deadline, your approval will be revoked and you will not receive your media credentials.
So for a half hour, next show, the first half hour, so they can listen to it.
I'm gonna do it like I was like, I'm gonna just for that reason, I should just be a jackass. And then the last show we have is like May 3rd before the deadline. Just do it on May 3rd and be like, there you go. That's what you get.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
I won't be here that week.
We should reach out to
Yeah, you're gonna be in.
See if they did that to them too.
Where are you gonna be, Jose?
With Andy.
With Andy.
Yep.
Farting on passengers and planes and shit, huh?
Yep.
Did you guys see or hear the story about fucking Bret Hart getting attacked at the WWE Hall of Fame ceremony?
Yeah, that was crazy, man.
By Marty Jannetty?
No, dude. Like I watched it on. I was watching it on the WWE Network when it happened. Like you just see that some white dude in a Rastafarian hat like start to tackle Bret Hart, and they cut it away.
It was crazy, but you can see it. There's videos of it on YouTube.
Oh yeah, I don't know. You can see all the fan footage and stuff, and you see Ronda Rousey's husband, fucking Travis Brown. He jumps over the barricade and rushes in the ring and just starts laying bombs on this dude's face.
And then they uppercutted him a couple times when they were walking him away.
Yep. Mm-hmm. One of the wrestlers hit him with a fucking sucker punch.
Yeah. Good. What a fucking jackass. Because just think how fucking Bret Hart feels now. That was like one of Bret Hart's best moments ever. And that guy fucking ruined it.
Yeah.
He has to be a white guy, Tim, because he was a white guy.
No. What is his color? Give me shit for a one-armed black guy.
Yeah. But yeah, and he was writing all kind of like cryptic, weird ass tweets to Vince McMahon before and shit, and like I don't know. People are just nuts, man.
So somebody asked him if he would sign
his dick.
If
Rob
Liefeld would sign
a foot,
a book,
X-Force 2,
and he said no, never.
If he would sign a what?
It's called the Unity Saga. I've never heard of it. I don't know if that's has to do with all the bullshit through.
He wanted him to sign a foot?
A book.
Oh, a book.
Yes, a foot. A Unity Saga foot.
Maybe he just drew a page in that book and it's just a weird ass foot.
I guess it had to do with he drew Superman in it or something, I guess. I don't know.
Awesome.
Right now.
I'm totally, if Rob Liefeld ever comes to a convention here again, I might do it. Well, I might have Kyle do it if he's going to San Diego. I'm going to get a 11x17 print of my tweet and have Rob Liefeld sign it.
Oh my God, dude.
Huh?
That'd be awesome.
But
I
now we're gonna have to do pre-show shit for San Diego now because we said that.
Yeah. Fuck it.
Pre-show coverage.
It's a first.
Yep.
I think it's just because a lot of people don't cover that convention. They get press passes and they just go there and fuck off.
But we've always talked about it before, and we always talk about it after.
Yeah. And I always write an article about it and
good, bad,
post it on the
different.
website. Yeah. I think maybe I've just been too critical of them in the past. That could be too. So like we want to get everything you're good for.
I'm sure they're asking everybody. They wouldn't put it on their website if it was just meant for us.
Yeah. It's too...
Tim says in the chat, Rob Liefeld can draw a new version of Amputee Love. Then he doesn't have to draw any feet. But then he would have to try and get the anatomy right, and he can't do that either.
As long as he doesn't have to draw feet.
Yeah, but at least they're
the pouches have stubs on them. The stubs have pouches on them.
They'll have no necks. They'll just be fucking tits and faces.
Weird backs.
Becks.
That's crazy.
But did you guys watch any of that shit on the black hole?
Oh yes.
I figured Brian would be all over that.
Yeah, I think that's. I've watched all the funny shit. My brother posted a really funny a meme thing where it showed the black hole. You know how they found it, and then it zoomed in, and in the middle of the black hole was like a pile of guitar picks.
I did the one where it was zoomed in on the black hole and it zooms out and it's Snoop Dogg smoking a blunt.
Yeah.
Dude, there's so many memes of the fucking black hole shit. It's pretty funny.
But shout out to that girl at MIT that fucking led the team that put all that info together.
She's only in her 20s, isn't she?
She's 29.
29.
Yeah, see? Damn. Ruling the world. Kyle fell over.
Oh shit.
Kyle's too drunk.
No, sir, that's an incorrect statement. But I think that's fucking mind-boggling. That whole thing is mind-boggling about that goddamn black hole.
Would you be proud if one of your kids did that?
Well, here's the thing, though. What's so great about it? I mean, we've known that black holes are out there,
but we never had a real picture of it.
Do you think that's a real fucking picture of it, Jose?
Yeah, it's a bunch of different images.
It's not a fucking real picture of it, dude.
Have you seen the actual picture? Because that's a zoomed in picture, but have you seen the actual picture of it?
That's a blurry picture. The whole, it's really big.
The whole swirl.
Yeah, it's really big.
Fucking cool looking.
Do you guys know how those fucking pictures are made?
Hold on. Tim says Elon Musk posted one with Harambe in the center of the black hole.
If you do some research on that shit, a lot of that shit has artistic freedom into it. Because they can't get really good pictures of that stuff. So I'd be really interested to look in to see how much of that shit is real. So
the black hole picture is just a superimposed fucking distorted picture of a stripper's anus.
I think it's cool what they did. They took 8 sites of telescopes and combined them to make an Earth-sized telescope. That's fucking cool.
Because it's like when they take a picture of the Mars, the top of Mars, they have to take one picture at a time. It's only a little piece, and they put it together.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about really deep space objects. It's very hard to get real pictures of them. So what they actually put out are kind of like
artist interpretations.
Yes, yeah, they have a little bit of artist interpretation with them to make you kind of just understand what they are. So
look at the pictures with Pluto. One of the first pictures was really blurry, and recently,
yeah, but Pluto is so much closer than this fucking black hole, man. This black hole is so far away, you can't even fathom how far away it is.
It's so far away that we're looking at it
like
something that happened 50 million years ago.
Yeah,
that's how far away it is. Like it's, you know what I mean? We're looking at that's mind-boggling to me too. That's as close to time travel as we're ever going to get.
So here's a perfect example where it's let's see here, where they say most black holes, most images of black holes are illustrations. Here's what our telescopes actually capture. So I'm not saying that this one is, but I wouldn't be surprised if this one isn't exactly what everybody thinks it is. You know what I mean?
Because I mean, the actual picture is like,
especially
it's a black speck on the picture that they took.
If they actually, so here's an example. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen. Okay, let's do this. So here's a good example of this shit. So this is the Chandra X-ray Observatory telescope. This is like the pictures that it's taking, and it's like all these weird different pictures. So here's what it really, the Chandra X, this says, and then this if the Chandra telescope saw a large X-ray flare coming from a black hole suspected to lie at the center of the Milky Way galaxy. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of this shit isn't real. This is what they're seeing, shit like this, not what you saw there. You know, like this shit, a lot as artist interpretation on a lot of this shit. This is the type of shit they're seeing, stuff like this. They're not seeing real fucking black holes and stuff. So that's what I'm getting.
Kill Brian.
Yeah, thanks for ruining it.
It's still cool. It's still fucking cool. Don't get me wrong, but I hate when people like
nope, not cool anymore.
Even
not cool
with the
unless your fault.
Some of the deep field Hubble telescope stuff isn't what it actually is. It's actually cooler when you try and fathom what you're actually seeing. You know, like the deep field Hubble telescope shit is some of the most amazing stuff that you can ever even think about, and it's way cooler than any of those super crazy pictures that you see. The deep field picture is a piece of picture. If you put your hands like two L's together like this, and you look up in the sky, and that's what the deep field is looking at. Yeah, just like that. And you look up in the sky. What's the fucking difference?
Does he frame in a shot?
Yeah. So that shows there's a really good one where just in this size, right? Just in that size, it has more galaxies than pieces of sand on the Earth. Just in a area this big in the night sky. You know what I mean? We can't even really fathom the seriousness of that. That's fucking unbelievable. To me, that's way cooler than any picture of a black hole. I mean, we've known about black holes for a while, but to think about that, there's more galaxies in a 2-inch by 2-inch square in the night sky than there are pieces of sand on the Earth is fucking mind-blowing. That's what I'm getting at, is that some of those pictures are just, I'm not saying it's not cool, because this one, you could be right. It could be more real than any other picture they've had before, but I guarantee there's some stuff they did to it to make it look a little bit.
We'll pull up the picture that they actually took.
I prefer to just remain thinking about it. Snoop Dogg smoking a blunt.
Yeah, because
it's not the actual picture. Isn't that blurry thing that's actually zoomed in on the picture? That's why it's blurry. Well,
yeah, here you go.
Fucking far as fuck away.
The picture taken over 5 days of observations in April 2017 using 8 telescopes around the world by a collaboration known as the Event Horizon Telescope. So that's the other thing. It's like it's a ton of pictures taken over a period of time.
It was like 9 petabytes or petabytes.
Yeah. And here's the crazy thing. This thing is 54 million light years away.
Yeah.
Do you think you're getting a picture of something 54 million light years away? Fuck no, you're not. That's the only thing. Too many people believe everything NASA says. So, I don't know. I hate to be the party pooper, but
I still think it's fucking cool.
It's very fucking cool. It's very fucking cool.
The fact that we're seeing something that happened 50 million years ago, we're seeing it right now, is mind-boggling.
But are we? That's what I'm saying. Do you think we're really seeing it right now?
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to get to. Like,
I do.
I mean, I'm
I
not
saw
saying
the picture. It's true.
I'm not saying the world is flat or the Earth is flat, but
You just said it.
NASA has fucking, fibbed quite a few times.
Our flat earther.
Right. Well, it's just like what was it? Israel. They crashed their projectile into the moon.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is what I don't get, and this is the Brian in me. But how come we figured out to do it in the '60s and no one has figured out to do it since?
We didn't. That was fake.
Well, no. You want to know what I think, and I've done a lot of fucking research into this, and I worked in this industry. We definitely faked some of the shit that we've been told are astronauts on the moon. We definitely went to the moon, but we didn't go as many times and land on the moon as many times as we said. We made it look like we did because we were in the middle of the Cold War and we were in a space race, and if fucking we had to outdo the Russians. So that's why fucking that's why Kubrick actually really did fake some of the moon landings. I don't think Neil Armstrong was fake though. I think Neil Armstrong 100% walked on the moon, but he saw some shit up there that really pissed him off.
I think there's gold up there, and that's why we.
What the hell did he see up there that pissed him off?
You want me to get crazy and loony?
Sure, you're already there anyways. Flat earther.
I think that he saw.
There's a man in your house. I see a man in your house.
I don't believe you. I think that he saw. I think that he
went for the scratch and sniff. Now he's backing up.
I think that he saw
the middle finger.
I think that he saw ships. Neil Armstrong not once, actually only twice ever did he talk to a group of people or give a speech about walking on the moon. He was so pissed off that NASA lied to the astronaut, that NASA lied to the
astronauts,
to everybody, to the American public, because they saw things on the moon. Buzz Aldrin came out 10, 15 years ago and said that they saw ships. There were ships hovering when they were orbiting the moon. There were ships that were following them. The majority of the astronauts say that they've seen ships. The sixth man to walk on the moon, Gordon Cooper, I think it was. He's the sixth man to walk on the moon. That guy's got a lot of fucking credibility. He 100% says that all the astronauts see the ships in the atmosphere. They're definitely ships that are nowhere near doing the things that nowhere near what we can do. And then just recently, the New York Times came out with an article 3 years ago and the government said it was truth, that there is a black project program called ATIP, Advanced Aerial Threat Phenomenon Program, that's $22 billion a year in black project money because of these ships that
got to be black, Brian.
Right?
Yeah, these ships that are coming into our atmosphere. And they released 3 videos. One of them being a battle carrier group off the coast of San Diego, the USS Nimitz battle carrier group, and the best pilots in the world, some FA-18 Hornet pilots, got gun camera footage of this fucking crazy thing that has no wings, no propulsion, no nothing, that can go to horizon in seconds. Not supersonic, hypersonic. Do things that no human body could ever even survive. And we're doing things that were blowing the best pilots in the world away and scaring the shit out of them. So if you know what you're looking at and you know how to separate the wheat from the chaff, you can go out there and realize that there's some crazy shit going on, and astronauts did see it. Go look at the live feeds of the ISS space station. Watch how many times they black out the feed, or how many times that these crazy things have showed up in the background, and as soon as they show up, they black out the feed. Mm-hmm. So I've talked to quite a few astronauts because I worked in the industry, and I've every chance I get with them where I'm one-on-one with them.
Do you have pictures?
Yeah. Every chance I get that I'm one-on-one.
Neil Armstrong?
No, Neil Armstrong's dead.
Buzz Aldrin?
Buzz Aldrin is close to death.
Isn't Neil dead?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What about the dudes from Apollo 13?
Yeah, he's dead too. Jim
Gordon.
Jim Lovell?
Yeah. But anyways, they all, every time I ask them, I say, you ever see anything crazy out there? And they go, what do you mean crazy? I go, crazy. And they just kind of smirk and laugh, Or I'll ask a lot of the test pilots, you guys ever seen anything crazy? And the test pilots more often than not will say, yeah, we've seen some things that are crazy. So
Tim says in the chat, way to bring the show down. Brian next will be telling us that Hitler is in the center of the black hole.
Oh, you beat me to it. That's
plotting to steal the planet's squirt supply.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, I think you've got a missed opportunity here, Brian. I think the fact that you're not starting some kind of fucking conspiracy theory podcast or some kind of conspiracy theory anything is mind-boggling. You're sitting on,
it's like taking pictures of a black hole.
Yeah, you're sitting on a moneymaker. Like, I'll fucking go hunt UFOs with you.
Yeah.
I think that'd be fucking
join Tom DeLonge.
Yeah, I think that would be crazy. Like the fact that you're like an encyclopedia of this shit, and like just the fact that you don't have a podcast on it is crazy.
It's all right. We'll start doing it every 7th podcast. Will be Brian.
Tim says Squirtcast.
Yeah, Squirtcast.
Squirtcast.
Yeah.
Damn. I've been so excited about that goddamn black hole until right now.
I ruined it for you.
Fucking ruined it. Damn. I thought I was watching light bend.
That's interesting stuff, though.
Now it's an artist's interpretation of light bending.
Did you send Matt those screen grabs from the dude?
Yeah, he sent them to me. I haven't looked at them yet, though.
Oh man, you gotta watch those. Those are so funny.
I don't know. All I know is that I don't feel safe having another holiday party until your squirt addiction is taken care of.
I know. I'm trying. I'll be working with Dr. Bunce.
Yeah, Dr. Bunce. I mean, I'm telling you, man, we scoured and used all of our internet money to get Dr. Bunce in here to try and help you out.
Well, it's pretty amazing that he was able to reach us all the way from Vietnam. So
Australia.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's just looking out for you, man.
That's my favorite one.
Like, look at it. It's the Absolute Geek Christmas party. I was like, we'll spend some of our internet money having a Christmas party, and Brian's sitting over here in the corner drinking a squirt, and then Rob walks in. Rob, our production assistant, walks in with this fucking checker shirt, and Brian's like, "Get the fuck out of here! It's the same color blue." Like Brian flipped out on him. He's pointing and shun him away, and Sarah's laughing at him in the back, and then you got Chandra's kind of taken back, not knowing what to expect, and
Chandra's.
Yeah, you got Kyle's brother-in-law here. This is just Brian.
It's just the Brian that we're used to.
Yeah, he's like, this is just the Brian that I've known from hanging around Kyle. It's the Brian I'm used to.
He's had so much squirt, his stocking cap is falling over his face.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, and then you
get out of here, Ron.
I mean, then you had Brian on New Year's. He got into just too much trouble, man. He's lost his shoe. His sock is coming off. It's got squirt everywhere.
All squirted out.
Yeah, he's all squirted out, man.
A lot of squirting.
I just thought, these photos were funny, and then I didn't realize what a cry for help they were. The Easter Bunny, he thought Brian could bring, Kyle could bring his kids to see the Easter Bunny, and lo and behold, Brian all squirted out again. And this is where all the trouble started. The Halloween party. Should have known. After all the red flags started, it was the Halloween party.
That's funny.
Fucking dressed as Spider-Man.
But hopefully, hopefully Mr. Bunce helped you out a little bit and
I'm
gave you some.
I'm willing to put in the work. We'll see.
Coming to you live from Australia from his awesome office.
I know he had a nice couch there to lay on.
Yeah, they're pretty bitchin' office.
I liked how much wind was blowing in the office to make his hair flow in the wind.
Tim says they got Liefeld to draw the pictures of the black hole based off all the photos.
But I mean, that thing's crazy though. How they even fucking find that thing?
Telescopes.
Well, they've known about it for years. I mean, there's multiple places where they think there's black holes.
I thought they found like a ripple, like a wave signature in space that made them point in that direction.
You might be thinking about how they find Goldilocks zone planets.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Is that the guy?
Yeah.
Squirt.
So can see if you can find the one where he
followers.
Squirt, hire me. I will be your voice. 19 followers.
And Keith is one of them.
So see if you can find the.
Imagine absolutely poning a nerd for liking grapefruit soda, and then Keith. Yeah. I can't imagine the damage to your butthole for squirting. Like Keith is just trolling this dude now. Hey, dude, like there's no need for squirt intervention. I can't imagine the damage to your butthole from squirting. Like you just keep posting the same thing. That's funny. Is that the only one, Kyle?
No.
Keith sent me 3 pictures.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, so here we go. I'll bring it up. I got the.
Yeah, that's it. You only sent me. Oh no, you sent me more. I don't know why it's not pulling it up.
Like this guy's creepy, man. Like, here, let me show you this. Can I share the screen?
Yeah, let me stop sharing here.
All right, watch this. This is crazy. This guy's fucking nuts. So like this guy is serious. Like if you look at his tweets, his friends are like, go on there like, dude, you got to quit doing this. You look creepy. Look at this. Just dreaming about something right now. He's got this. And then he says, did you know that I bathe in squirt?
Oh.
A lot of people out there are telling me things like, stop tweeting, but I won't let that stop me from letting people know about squirt soda. I want the world to know that squirt soda is grapefruit flavored. No shit, you jackass. Squirt makes me weak. And look, one of his friends, like, yeah, again, don't know if this is the right message, man. And then he says, so this is where he first got involved with us. There we go.
You do an interview with him.
So Keith put out the most ridiculous episode yet, about he said, an intervention from McClay's squirt soda addiction featuring Rip Hymans. The dude responded out of nowhere, hey, dude, like there's no need for a squirt intervention. That's when Keith said, I can't imagine the damage to your butthole from squirting. And then the dude's like, imagine absolutely poning a nerd for liking grapefruit soda. So like Keith at first was like, is he calling you a nerd? I'm like, no, dude, he's calling himself a nerd. And he's saying that you shouldn't be making fun of him just because he likes squirt soda. But that's all he's talking about is squirt. I have a squirt problem. The solution is more squirt.
Whoa.
I think you and this guy are soulmates.
This guy's serious though, man.
I think we need to interview him. We need to get him on the show. One squirt addict for another.
Dude,
I think that
message him right now.
I think that would be all. I couldn't because he knows me. Matt, you got to message him, man.
The voice of the podcast needs to message him.
We're gonna do this. Are we making this a thing now where Matt just fucking calls people out on Twitter?
Like his whole thing for doing this is Squirt Soda has a Twitter, but nobody tweets anything off of it. They never tweeted anything off it. So he wants to become Squirt's, Twitter person. And he just makes these really weird, creepy.
Yeah, no, we don't need to troll him. What we need to do is message him, get him on the show, and talk about his love for Squirt.
Yeah.
And then Brian can ask him out and have a Squirt party.
They could go have dinner.
A Squirt only.
They could be Squirtalicious.
It'd be hilarious to really fuck with him if he lived here in the Valley, but he lives in like Midwest somewhere, which is weird because I totally thought Squirt was mainly based out of Arizona.
No, that's Cactus Cooler.
Lies and misconceptions.
Squirt's bottled by Khalil.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They're bottled by the Coca-Cola company, aren't they?
It says on the top, bottled by Southwest Canning and Packaging Inc., Tucson, Arizona, which is Khalil.
We should probably take you there one day.
Oh, man.
We could take a tour of the plant.
I could just imagine it like the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
They have little songs, like little orange guys walking around.
Is there no unworldly way of knowing which squirt direction we are going?
Oh, man.
Is it raining? Is it squirting?
Oh, man. That's Brian's dream right
There's
there.
no unearthly way of squirting. That's awesome. They can have a squirt off.
Oh.
Are you messaging him, Matt?
He's
What?
deep in thought.
Right? So message him.
Get him on the show.
No, don't tweet him, private message him so he doesn't think we're fucking with him.
Why? I just tweet him.
We can do that too.
I don't think it doesn't have an option for me to private message him.
How many Oh, you have to follow him.
I don't want to follow him.
Oh, he's from Minnesota. Oh, wait. I'm going up there.
It's fucking Andy.
Dude, are you really going up there, Jose?
I'm going to Minneapolis.
Dude, you should fucking interview him.
Oh, you unfollowed him.
Fuck him.
So how far is Duluth from?
It's like 8 minutes.
Oh, wow. That's way. That's not even close. It's right next to. It's on Lake Superior.
Me have a guy.
Oh, did I say me? Damn. I'm not looking at that screen.
We've got a guy who.
What should I say to him?
Yeah, you got to come up with something good before. You got to think of something good. It sounds professional.
You're going to get blocked.
You need to say, I am the voice of the Absolute Geek Podcast, and I would like to interview you about being the voice of Squirt.
Yes.
About wanting to be the voice of Squirt.
There you go.
Of Absolute Geek. Yeah, there you go.
At Absolute Geek.
Yeah, at a geek podcast. Come on, Matt. This is your first fucking time.
Jeez, man, come on, man.
Well, he's got to go and watch this episode and see that we're making fun of him.
No,
I'm not
serious.
making fun of you.
No, I really want to understand what his. Like, there's got to be something in it. I mean, you guys aren't the only two Squirt addicts. I mean, there's something There's something going on.
Yeah,
it's like taking pictures of a black hole.
Yeah, it's interesting
and somewhat fake.
The history of Squirt soda. Let me see.
So,
oh yeah, it was Let's see. It started back in 1938. It was bottled in Phoenix, Arizona.
Whoop whoop.
Which was quite popular in that part of the country.
Shout outs to Phoenix.
Let's see. 1941, Bishop and his partner, Ed Mirren, created a character called Little Squirt to use in marketing of their soft drink. The little tyke encouraged people to drink Squirt. He caught on right away with the consumers and sales increased. The soft drink did well during World War II because of its reduced sugar content, and in the 1950s, Squirt became a popular drink mix.
I mean, it is a quenching drink. It actually one of the few sodas that actually quenches your thirst.
Cactus Cooler does that for me. I love that stuff.
Okay, so there. I'm the voice of the Absolute Geek Podcast, and seeing that you would like to be the voice of Squirt. From one voice to another, I'd like to invite you on our show sometime to debate one of our co-hosts on your joint love for Squirt. That's not good. That's not good enough. That's not good enough.
No.
The debate.
You're close. It's close. It's right in there.
You should write something like, "Why do you want to be the voice of Squirt?" You have to pose a question to him.
You have to pose a question to him. We want to see whose Squirt is bigger, his or Brian's.
Show the picture of your Squirt. Next to like a remote or something, so we can $1 bill.
Send him pictures of the Squirt sticking out of your pants.
Oh man.
Is that a bulge, or are you just happy to have some Squirt?
Oh man.
What are you saying about Coke lovers? Coke lovers all over the world need to know the truth. I think now you're starting to make it sound like we're being fucking.
Yeah, from one voice to another, I would like to invite you on our show to find out what drives you to want to be the voice of Squirt. I think this is a failed gig. I think this is failed.
I agree. It's not worth it.
No.
The dude's kind of cheesy.
Do it anyway. Who fucking cares?
The worst you can do is block you.
Who fucking cares? What are you doing? Okay, now you. I think you need to squirt your seed
all over your face.
I'm not gonna be mean.
Yeah, I wouldn't even fuck with the guy.
He's hooked up on Squirt. Watch out.
I said, probably think you need to get laid, you fucking virgin.
I would just take that Coke lover part off. There you go. He's got 31. He's got 19 followers.
Yeah, it's not even worth fucking with the dude.
Come on, Matt. Be his 20th.
Do it.
Yay!
Squirt it.
There should be like every time you follow it, like Squirt goes on the screen.
It squirts all
just squirts everywhere. Oh man.
That's awesome. Let's see if you get a response.
Probably not.
Why wouldn't he?
Hey, he has nothing better to do other than doing squirts.
Right? I mean, he's just going to be squirting around. Now what are you doing? Squirted me onto you.
That's gonna be puns. Nothing but puns.
Nothing but squirted puns. All right.
That wasn't good. This has got to stop. This is getting out of hand.
Yeah.
What? Matt's gonna be banned from Twitter soon. We should put our names in the hat to be the voice of Squirt.
Yeah. I don't think
find out which one can squirt harder.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna do that.
We can see who has the longest squirt.
All right. Well, I think that's a good place to end the podcast. Fucking squirting it. We've come full circle now, so you know it's time to end it.
His favorite Pokemon is Squirtle.
Oh my god. We're done.
Dad jokes. Dad jokes everywhere.
And
No.
we'll see you guys later.
Hey everyone, I want to thank everyone for hanging out with us tonight on YouTube and being in the chat, making it a fire as always. I greatly appreciate it. I want to thank Keith for coming on and talking about the podcast with us. Make sure you guys check out the podcast with Keith and Brian. Make sure to like and subscribe to it. Hit that notification button. It is a great podcast. They're doing good things over there. Very, very interesting stuff. Remember, if you're in the Phoenix area, free comic book day. We will be at Drawn to Comics, hanging out down there, celebrating free comic book day as part of their podcasting group that they've come down there. I know it's going to be us, and I know it's us and a few others, and I believe Comic Playground is going to be there from what Ken said. So come check out the Comic Playground guys too. They've been on a show and a couple cool dudes.
I'll be in location at the Mall of America with Andy.
Yeah, whatever, Jose.
For day.
But yeah, make sure to like and subscribe to the podcast. If you like this show and you like everything that we do here, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button on our channel. We're trying to get up to 1,000 subs as quick as possible. So let's do that. If you're listening to this on one of your many podcasting platforms, make sure to leave us a review. We greatly need those to move up in the standings in the podcast rankings. If you are on Facebook, make sure to like us on Facebook and join our Absolute Geek fan group. It's an open group where you can come talk to us. It pretty much gives you as close of direct access to most of us as you can get. And you can meet all the other Absolute Geek fans there and talk about random weirdness or
other squirters.
Yeah, other squirters. Brian's, you can find out more about Brian's squirt addiction.
This is getting out of hand.
The listeners of Absolute Geek are now called squirters.
The squirt quad. The squirt quad.
Specifically fans of Brian's.
Yeah.
They're the squirtettes.
But yeah, if you're in the Phoenix area for free comic book day, come down and Drawn to Comics and check us out there. We will also be at Phoenix Comic Con,
baby.
Or it's not Phoenix Comic Con anymore. Phoenix Fan Fusion, Memorial Day weekend. We're going to be doing some panels with the guys from Couch Crunchers.
Maybe.
So come check us out there. Other than that, for this week's episode of the Absolute Geek Podcast, I'm Matt.
I'm Kyle.
I'm Jose.
I'm Brian.
And we will see you. It's fucking Jose. And we will see you next time.